today we've got a couple different things we want to talk about. First one is Trump, baby.
Trump's trade deals.
Mm-hmm.
But at any point, if you like what you're hearing, hit
Subscribe.
subscribe, comment, tell us what's happening.
Yep.
TikTok, YouTube. We're not good at this. Who cares? Trump. I'm excited.
Yes.
Let's hear about it.
Some trade deals. What did he do with Indonesia? And
basically, Trump recently just came out. Yeah, I think it was this morning, early this morning, came out and said he made a trade deal with Japan, and a trade deal with China, Japan and Indonesia. The one with Japan I thought was kind of ironic, is over rice. That China and Japan year over year have produced rice at a deficit in reference to what they need, so they purchase rice elsewhere. The United States always produces rice at a surplus year over year, and the trade deal specifically, or not specifically, but the majority of it is in reference to purchasing rice from the United States.
did you know that we grew rice?
I didn't.
And
Have you ever seen a rice field?
It's actually
I've only seen cornfields.
It's
Corn
very
and
well. We're in
beans.
Ohio. These are actually more
and
south.
soybeans.
Yeah.
Right.
But the not only are they going to be purchasing rice from us, but Japan said that they are willing to invest $550 billion into the United States
To grow rice?
to grow more
and,
rice.
and other stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the trade deal before this, Trump was slapping them with 25% tariff, but now anything that they buy from us is going to be at 15%. And they said that their stock market,
You said this was China?
This is Japan.
Okay.
and their stock market went through the roof with this news.
It's just big, and this is the first time that the United States has been able to score a trade deal with Japan in a very, very long time. Japan has always been on the side of we're never going to make a deal with the United States. This is not something we're going to be able to do, and the deal master made it happen. I mean, especially with all the criticism he's getting right now, the fact that he's able to. And I don't know the Indonesia one as much, but that one was supposedly just as big.
Yeah.
With tariffs, I think that he locked the tariff rate at 19% with everything coming in from Indonesia at 19%. So he's doing things that they're agreeing to, which means he's moving things forward. He's progressing, and it's just all
All
a really
of this
good
started
sign.
off a few months ago a little scary, though, because everyone was like, I mean, there was a lot of stress over
Stock market was really up and down.
I mean, I do think though, like if you have, your household, you look at like your household, this domain, you got a husband, you got a wife, you got a couple kids, if you don't know how to manage a budget, if you just keep spending or you don't make good decisions and you're just getting further and further behind, you just need somebody that can kind of say, hey, this isn't working. We have to reevaluate. Can't keep doing what we're doing. I like the idea that he's making deals with some of these countries, and if we can get more revenue and more positive cash flow coming back to the United States.
They're talking about surpluses.
Yeah, June, the White House came out and said they had a surplus, which is the first time since 2001. President Bush Jr. was in office. We've been running a deficit since, and they're now also projecting that in July they're also going to have a surplus as well, basically meaning that we have not added to the national debt for a full month.
Which is since 2001.
Since 2001.
24 years.
Yes.
And in 2001, that only happened because the Republicans and the Democrats actually worked together, passed some tax bills, passed some cuts in spending to make that happen.
And that there's also a lot of just hate around the big beautiful bill that came out, because that's also it increased our budget to I think over $7 trillion or $7 trillion
They
for
say
the.
it's going to add so much.
Yeah, so he's doing a lot. A lot of the time when you're in government, you see presidents and you see, the White House in general, not just the president, but they're pushing for more. They want to spend more money. They want to do this, but they don't have anything to back it. And you see him doing a lot of really powerful things where they said, Japan literally said, we will not make a deal with the United States. They hadn't for the longest time, and he was able to get in there and do that. It's just a really good move. And to talk about that, when you've got a small budget and you're running in the red every single month, it's difficult. You're living paycheck to paycheck. You slowly got to crawl yourself back. We weren't in a deficit in June. We're supposedly not going to be a deficit in July. I was just getting curious, and now they came out with this month's recession odds. What are the odds that America is going to go into recession? And right now they said it's at 28%.
And when would that start?
But put it in perspective.
Yeah, is that high or low?
So yeah, So the recession basically means what are the odds that the economy is going to just fall? The stock market, housing market, all these things, interest rates, everything's going to go the way you don't want it to. It's at 28% right now. If you look, there's 50 million companies that do this.
Yeah.
Some of them right now say that it's at 60%. Some of them say it's at 20%. This one that I was looking at, I think it was the New York Journal, the New York Finance something. I stuck with their numbers because I wanted consistency. I didn't want to go, oh, this one was really high, I'm going to use that one. Oh, this one's really low, I'm going to use that one. In the last year of Trump's presidency in his first term, their number for recession odds was 14%, 14.5%.
Which is interesting because that was COVID.
I think it was right before COVID.
Oh, right.
Right before COVID hit, because you had to spend money to get through COVID. Then with Biden's administration, the last month of his administration before Trump took over, it was above 60%.
Because
the recession odds,
and there was still a lot of spending going on.
And now it's down to 28%. So now you're talking, how long has he been president for?
I mean,
6 months?
6 months, and he's already dropped the recession odds 30%. It just makes me feel good. I want him to do good. I want him to be good. I don't like, some people love the fact that he's brash and he's says what's on his mind and he just doesn't care. I'm not a big fan of that. But when you're putting numbers out and it's showing that we're in the right progression, I've got a family to worry about.
And inflation is down, which they thought that was going to go up with all these tariff stuff. So somehow he's figuring it out. Keep the economy good because it's all about the economy.
My question is, how can you be experts in finance and government and all this stuff, and you are so incorrect in your thinking? It's numbers, it's math. Like, how can an analyst say these tariffs are going to ruin the economy? How can you be so certain when it's done the complete opposite? But we've had people that said, well, it's going to be good. So what line can you trust? I mean, especially for me, I don't listen to the news all the time. So when I tune in, I might see one article, one story, and that's what I would take at face value just because that's all I've seen. So I don't know who to trust because I've seen both sides of it all the time. So it's tough on what numbers can I truly believe in, and what not.
What he's doing now it's going to take time.
Yeah.
To figure out whether or not this really is going to be good. Is it going to cause inflation long term or not? Back in the, I don't know what it would have been, the 90s, they wanted to do free trade. So they didn't have any tariffs on Mexico and other countries. But all that created is that those countries had cheap labor. The U.S. companies just moved over there. A lot of people here in the United States lost jobs. So there's two sides to it. Should you put tariffs in place? Some people say no, it's just going to make everything cost more. Other people say you bring back jobs here.
Right.
So, and these other countries, I mean, we are the biggest buying country. Like, we buy everything. And so who needs who more? Do we need them because we buy everything, or do they need us because they're selling stuff?
Right.
And that keeps their economy going.
And then there was a really crazy report that I read where they came out with who grows their own food, who has the ability to grow their own food. And it went off of meat, fish, legumes, wheat, like all fruit, all these different categories. And there are a couple countries that, if they got cut off from the world, could 100% support themselves.
Are we?
In 5 out of the 7 categories, we could. And I think fish was one of them. And
I think you could flip the switch, though.
If you needed to.
Like, we recently traveled, on vacation, and you drive, and I still think, to my mind, there's so much vast land that we have here that just goes on and on and on forever. If we really had to say, hey, we're putting our foot down.
You're right.
We're going to start growing everything here. We're going to start feeding everody from here. We're going to just,
you could do it.
We have the space. We
have the means. We just have to have.
We have to change the mindset a little bit, and
But there are some countries out there that have like zero.
Well, they don't have. They have too much population for the amount of space. They can't grow enough food. They can't make enough food.
So that was another fun little article that I read, and you should look it up. It was like the top 50 countries that can support themselves. And United States in legumes, beans, stuff like that. I think most of the reason why we produce it's not for food, it's for oils and it's for more production things, not for food, we're like at 1,400% the need for the food capacity of it. So you can see that we're not just doing that because we're shipping beans everywhere. I think
I love my beans.
The soybeans and stuff like that.
Beans, the musical fruit.
The soybeans and stuff like that we use to create oils for car parts and stuff like that is we're heavily producing that, where some countries aren't at all.